Hey guys, it's your boy Jay, and this is Football Talk. And in this one, I am back with another College Football 25 reaction. In this one, I will be reacting to major updates announced for College Football 25. Ooh. So we got our first big update. Man, oh man, I cannot wait to see what it is. But before I hop into this, I'm gonna need you guys to give your boy a huge subscribe. A huge subscribe. I'm gonna need you guys to give your boy a huge like on this video. Go ahead and subscribe while you at it, because it's not only helping me out, it's helping you out as well. Because every time you subscribe, you get a new video. And these past three weeks or so, it's been videos going out like left and right. Bam, bam. You never know when I might upload. It's one of them. I'm trying to get more of a consistent upload schedule, but hey, if I feel like a video is good enough, I'm gonna drop it. That's just how it is. But without further ado though, let's jump right into this one.
We've got some updates to talk about for College Football 25. So a little bit ago on Twitter, the CFB Direct account put out a tweet saying that they wanted to share some key updates and notes from the launch weekend and talk about some updates that are on the way soon. Now, while you're here, I do want to mention that I do have some copies of the game that I'm going to be giving away later tonight on my social media channels. I've already made the posts, so if you go look on the channels, the posts are near the top. All you have to do is just comment your system under it, and I will be picking the winners later tonight. Now, let's talk about the updates that are coming for College Football 25. We know that there's a few things in the game that they got wrong, some logos and things like that have been updated, so they're going to be changing stuff like that, some audio issues, but also some Dynasty mode things that need to be patched as well. They start off the post on their website just saying that they wanted to say thank you for everybody for a good launch weekend, and it's been a surreal feeling to see the reception of this game. It says, we've been taking notes over the weekend as we watched all the content and read all of the feedback we possibly could on what all of you are saying, doing, and sharing with College Football 25. It says, this week we're here to let you know that our teams are hard at work preparing updates and content for post-launch to ensure delivery of the most authentic college football experience ever. For full details on future title updates, be sure to check out our Campus Huddle, your home for news on College Football 25. Before we share some of the known issues the team is tracking below for future updates, we wanted to talk about rosters and likenesses. It says, as mentioned in the Campus Huddle above, there are some slight inaccuracies with roster and likeness that our team is looking to update as soon as possible as we work through the summer roster movement that is natural to college football. For our very passionate Dynasty fans, you can hop in and play this week or wait for a roster update around the college football kickoff for the most up-to-date experience. Now, they did say this last week when the game launched. They put out a brief little post on their website saying that they're going to be updating player likenesses throughout the year. They're going to be tweaking
I
rosters
love
throughout the
that.
year because the rosters right now are not going to be the same exact rosters we're going to get when the
Yeah,
football
that
season
is
actually
true.
kicks off. So once the football season kicks off, same with Madden every year. You have the preseason roster, and then, the day or two before the season kicks off, you get that final roster where all the cuts have been made, everybody's been shuffled around, and all that stuff. And with there being so
Especially with
many
how
licensed players in
many.
this game, over 11,000,
Yeah, I was just
naturally everybody's
over
player likeness isn't going to be
11,000 is
100% on
still
point. That's
just a
just so many
crazy number
players
to
have to
hear.
get in the game, and it takes a lot of time to do that. But they said they're going to continue updating them, especially the more notable players, as the season progresses, so that the players are the most up to
And that's
date
what
as
you love to
possible.
hear
And
too.
they also said that ratings updates for rosters will happen as we move throughout the college football season. I don't think they're planning to do it every week like they do for Madden, but they're definitely going to do it at least every few weeks to keep the rosters as up to date as possible. Now, moving on, it says our team is consistently tracking top issues and listening to player feedback. Below are some of the top known issues that the team is working towards. Audio, incorrect commentary when playing as the first game of the season in Dynasty at Utah, and Florida State's War Chant and Tennessee's Rocky Top not being audible enough when playing on the Xbox Series S. So those fixes are coming soon. Next up, we got
Ah,
logos. It
I
says
did
the
not know
following
this.
teams/conferences have incorrect logos: Stanford, UMass, Western Michigan, Jacksonville State, FIU, New Mexico, SEC, Conference USA, and the Sun Belt. So those are going to be fixed soon. It says UTEP and Wyoming display incorrect athletic branding on their equipment in Dynasty. And it says there's a visual issue with conference patches when changing a small subset of teams' conference in Dynasty. So all of those are going to be fixed
Oh,
probably with this
damn.
next update that's coming,
Hold
probably in
on.
a couple conference in Dynasty. So all
Hold on. I did not know pretty much any of this. To be honest with you, the only gameplay is from it's been captured from Xbox. I have not seen any PlayStation ones, which is kind of interesting, I guess you could say in a way. But I ain't know
probably with this next update that's coming
issues.
probably in a couple weeks. Now, really quickly, I do want to mention that we are still sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. If you love sports and you like trying to win money, then Let's move on to Dynasty, because that's the mode that kind of has the most issues right now, at least for some
Yeah,
people,
I
right?
remember
And
his
sure, that's
last
sweet,
video
'cause I've
talking
seen a lot
about
of people
this.
saying that they're having no problems with Dynasty, that everything is pretty much unfolding how they want. I've seen some people say, I've played one Dynasty here, and everything was pretty much about what I expected, and then I started a new one with another
I
team, and
haven't
things were a little
really
weird.
heard
So I guess it
any
kind of depends on the
seen
user.
like
If you've only played
bad things
one
about
Dynasty,
Dynasty.
and you're not seeing anything out of the ordinary, that might be the case for a lot of people. They're still on their first Dynasty. So it kind of just depends on the player. Some people are seeing issues, some people aren't. But obviously, there are some things happening here that seem a little out of whack. So they did speak on it, and they said,
pursue your passion for working with animals and prepare for an in-demand career in veterinary health.
before we talk about some things we are tracking in Dynasty, we wanted to provide some things to consider and clarity on the design intentions. There are many factors at play in Dynasty that can create ripple effects: injuries, players going pro early, transfers, strong or weak recruiting classes, upsets, and more. The beauty of the mode is that two different users can begin playing Dynasty as the same school, but over multiple years, their College Football 25 worlds can develop notable differences. Dynasty is intentionally designed in a way where the backend systems will create organic and dynamic situations that lead to branching stories. We didn't want to have a rigid system that leads to all users experiencing the same situations and stories 5, 10, and 15 years in. The world of college football is dynamic, and so is Dynasty in College Football 25. As for player feedback, we do see feedback about the Super Sim logic. We have been looking into tuning Super Sim logic, including FCS schools potentially creating more upsets than intended. As for wider Super Sim logic tuning, we will continue to monitor player feedback and the telemetry data for all users Dynasty as we gather more data. Our team has been thrilled to see so many fans share the stories they're experiencing, so keep them coming. Now, hey, if you're still here at this point of the video and you haven't subscribed yet, you might as well go
Nah,
ahead and subscribe. That way you can stay up to date
I
on all
like
of the
I
latest
like
College
that
Football
they're
25 news
addressing
and
the
updates
issues
all
and
year
taking
long. Trying to get
feedback.
to 600K subs soon, so
That's
for
like a
everybody watching to
really a
subscribe,
big
we can
thing
get that number
for,
in a few days.
especially a
So here they're
game that's
breaking down
been
some
in
of the things they're
development
looking at. Super Sim
for
logic tuning. The team is
years.
looking into tuning. The team is looking into tuning of the Super Sim logic, including FCS schools upsetting too many Power 5 schools. Note, as we continue internal testing on the tuning of Super Sim logic, top 25 polls and the college football playoff seedings will also see an improvement. That's another, really, the most obvious thing to me. It was
Yeah,
a little
yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I have seen a couple of them, like with the Dynasty mode, like a couple of bigger schools, like not even like losing, getting blown. Like, it was a Georgia one. I can't remember the school, but like they got like Georgia got blown out. It was like the second game of the Dynasty mode or something like that. And I'm like, cause like it was Super Sim. I'm like, what? What is going? I mean, hey, I'm not trying to say it can't happen, especially in college, cause that's when the biggest upsets happen. So it could happen, but let's be realistic here. Georgia, like you always have the cakewalk teams at the beginning of the season, and you know it's gonna be a blowout. You gonna see scores that's like 73-3, 85-0. Like the first couple weeks, you're gonna see some scores that's like, what? You don't even score that much in college basketball. Like, yeah.
little weird in Dynasty is the polls don't seem accurate. The playoff bracket at the end of the year seems pretty accurate, but the polls leading up are always out of whack, or usually out of whack, at least in my experience.
Oh, I
And it
didn't
just
know
kind of
that.
makes them pointless to look at because you know they're not accurate. So those are two of the bigger things that should be fixed very soon. The next thing here, it says, issue when adding additional teams to the Pac-12 conference when using custom conferences does not generate a new conference schedule as intended. There's a workaround for this, and it says, after adding teams to the Pac-12, open the conference rules and set divisions to on. Users will see that they can now set the number of conference games by toggling back and forth. Users can then disable divisions and edit other settings as desired. So until they fix it, that is the workaround. Moving on, it says,
I'm
issue
glad to
with
give you a
modified
workaround.
conference rules not saving. There's a workaround for this as well. It says users can re-enter the conference rules screen to ensure their settings were saved and are valid. If they did not save, then the rules are not valid with their current setup. Moving on here, it says occasionally when a recruit reaches their top 5 stage, it will not display the recruit is ready for a visit despite meeting the requirements. That is definitely another annoying bug. That one, it appears, will be fixed very soon as well. Moving on here, it says recruiting tuning. The team is playing additional tuning to recruiting logic overall, probably because some of the top like 4 stars and even a 5-star here and there doesn't get heavily recruited by a lot of teams. I'm guessing that's what they mean. So again, not the biggest issue in the world, but
Have I
definitely something that
seen
needs to
that?
be fixed. You know,
I
a
don't
lot of
think
these
I've
things
seen that.
are small things that add up to just kind of be very annoying and kind of take the immersion away. But if they can fix these small things with a patch, Dynasty will be cooking. Moving on here, it says
Yeah,
there's a
that's
small
true.
chance of freeze when simulating individual plays quickly after exiting the Super Sim. Workaround, wait a couple seconds in between simulating individual plays before exiting the Super Sim. This one to me is one of the most annoying because a lot of people, when they play Dynasty, they do want to Super Sim through some parts of it to try to speed up the
Yep,
process
yep.
of the season. I've definitely had this happen to me multiple times. So yes, the workaround is wait a couple seconds in between simulating the individual plays before backing out. But again, they're going to work
See,
to fix this. But in
I
the
have not
meantime, just
seen like
understand the
any of these
workaround so that you're
bugs
not
before,
getting
to be
frozen and
honest
having
with
to
you.
restart the game.
Except
Moving
for
on,
maybe
it
like
says an
one.
issue with the practice tile not initially appearing in the team tab. Workaround, exit the mode and re-enter. And also we have current maximum cap of 20 created coaches instead of the intended 32 created coaches. Note, the team is targeting Tuesday for an issue fix that limits dynasties to 20 created coaches. A current workaround is using existing coaches in the remaining spots to reach 32. So we should have this, if this means Tuesday as in tomorrow, we should have this fixed very
Damn,
soon.
they
And it
giving
also
the
says there's an
date?
issue with some players' jerseys numbers and or overalls changing when editing certain players' gear. So that's another thing on the radar to be fixed. Now also for online Dynasty, it says a high priority for the team right now is the issue of some players being unable to load into a previously established online Dynasty. Updates on this issue will be threaded in this post from the College Football Direct as we get them. So I'll link that in the description if you want to stay up to date on that. Moving on to Team Builder, it says when using a Team Builder team in Play Now, cleats are defaulted to Adidas regardless of the selected brand apparel. Note, this does not impact Team Builder teams used in
Okay, I was
Dynasty.
just about to
And
say, does
lastly
it
here for Team
impact
Builder,
that?
it says second custom image layer not appearing on the field. The workaround is to add a second layer, then select a generic image, and then reselect your custom image, and that will fix it. And then it says,
Oh,
as mentioned
damn.
above, this is just some of the top issues the team is tracking toward for a future update. A majority listed above will require an update to your console, or as we call them, title updates, and we will be back with a full campus huddle for the next title update. Now, we should be getting that update within, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks. We already had the day one update, which we don't really know what changes in the day one update because everybody's playing the game for the first time on day one. So whatever issues they fix, we
Yeah,
weren't
that's
experiencing them
true.
because the game wasn't out yet. The next update is usually around day 30, but sometimes it comes a little sooner than that, especially if there's a few things that they're really trying to fix
I
quickly
think
for
it's probably
people.
gonna
So
come a little
we
bit
could
sooner
get it a
this
little sooner
time.
than day 30, but if they can just knock out these annoying things in Dynasty, I mean, the game is going to be, I think, in a really good state. Gameplay is really good. A lot of people are enjoying the gameplay. Dynasty,
Yeah,
some people
I've
are
seen
really
a
enjoying
lot
Dynasty.
of
Some people
funny
are having
clips,
problems
all
with these
that.
things that are breaking their immersion here. But if they fix that, I think we're cooking, and I think we're off to a great year. So I
The
will obviously keep you
presentation
guys up to
has
date
just
when this
blown me
update drops and
away.
let you know everything that changes. And if you want to hear my official review of the game, all of the best.
Man, oh man. I've heard so many good things. I've not played this still, but I've seen so many, crazy clips. I mean, it's college football. That's what you want to see. I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of these I have not seen. Like I've watched like other Dynasty people play Dynasty mode and stuff like that, but I haven't really seen like too many issues. I want to say probably about maybe one in this video that he talked about, but for the most part I haven't really seen too many issues with it. But it's great to know that they're fixing it and that they gave us a date. Like that right there, that's a big one right there. So tomorrow an update should come out. No, not update. I forgot what they said about tomorrow. They said, damn, what the hell they say? Let me see if I can look through it. Okay, yeah. So it says, oh, for the 20 created coaches instead of 32. So it said the team is Tuesday for an issue fix that limits dynasties to 20 created coaches. Okay. I don't even think I've seen people like do the create. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I haven't seen like the maximum. Like I didn't even know it was 32. Like for the actual max. That is a lot of damn coaches, man. This is such a big game. Of course, it's gonna have bugs, but overall, I've been hearing so many great things about it. And what was it? Was like I forgot. It was like the pre-order number or something like that was like 5 mil. It was some crazy like thing I saw just scrolling on my Instagram timeline, and I was just like, it's one of them. It's definitely one of them. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this reaction. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.